What's going on, everybody? Doc here, Average Gamer Guys, back again into some MTG Arena draft action. We have Premier Draft Amonkhet Remastered. So this is an interesting one. Let's cue this up. We're going to jump in. We're going to do the draft. We'll share some games. We'll have some fun, build the deck, do all those good things. Thanks for joining me, tuning into this one. Amonkhet is actually a set that I played pretty heavily back in the day when it was out many years ago. So it's kind of cool to see this come back. I actually recently was just working through organizing my collection a little bit, downsizing a few things, just, you know, cleaning some stuff up, and had a little reminisce lane of Amonkhet and Hour of Devastation, and so it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. I'm not going to say I don't have high hopes for this. We've actually been grinding a lot of Bloomborough drafts, just quick drafts, just really grinding it. And I've really enjoyed it, but I gotta kind of switch gears here and thoughts, because we see some interesting things here. All right. I feel like that's pretty good. We could go black, white, zombies. I'm gonna do that. This is a pretty good removal spell. Put a 1/1 counter on each 2 target creatures. That's not bad. Yeah, I'm all right with that. And then you can cast that from the graveyard later on. That doesn't seem terrible. We'll look for any other synergies where we could put some -1/-1 counters. And black-white, from what I recall, pretty good. Pretty good. Not a bad color combo to go in here for Amonkhet. That's an interesting one. Now, I do remember these cartouches being pretty good. And this one is pretty solid. 1/1 and first strike. And you get a 1/1 white warrior creature token with vigilance for 1 mana. You know, so as I'm recording this, Duskmourn is not... maybe it's fully spoiled at this point, or it's very close. But not out yet, and pre-release and all that stuff hasn't happened. But just the enchantment focused nature, I think, is going to be pretty interesting. I'm going to reserve a lot of judgment until see it, get some hands on the cards, do that kind of thing. But that could be pretty cool. All right, we got Camel. We got those guys. I actually don't mind the horror here. I'm gonna take the horror. That seems pretty good. All right, Vizier. Vizier could be pretty good. Gravedigger is actually pretty solid. Oh, and Sacred Cat. I remember Sacred Cat being pretty good. I'm going to take Gravedigger, I think. The recursion here is going to be pretty nice. Vizier is pretty good, too. That was tough. That was actually tough. I might be second guessing that pick. It's fine. It is what it is. We're past it now. Gravedigger is not going to be bad because we get to return creature from a graveyard to your hand. We need to keep an eye out for removal spells. I do remember removal spells being kind of important. Red creature spells cost 1 less to cast. Could return Gustwalker. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Pitiless. tough. I'm gonna take the Pitiless, I guess. We can look for some cycle mechanic here. This might not be so bad. Both impeccable timing and supernatural stamina are good. I'm gonna take the supernatural stamina. Hopefully we can find another. I'm not super locked into white at this point. White has some pretty good creatures from what I recall. But this is the remastered version too, so... It's interesting. I'm gonna take compulsory rest. I don't know why I wouldn't. We should look for some cycling capabilities here. Because something like a Pitiless Vizier be pretty good. We could take some of the higher end creatures or a couple of the other spells. There's a few other spells that'll work pretty good. I do like Cartouche. This compulsory rest is good. All right, we got red. Binding Money is pretty good. Do we have how many Zamzams do we got? Oh man, this is tough. I'll take the zombie. If I see another Cartouche, though, I'm taking it. I'm gonna take this guy. 3/3 zombie. I could have taken the dude that taps. Again, if my memory serves me, this I'm gonna take this. This format should move relatively slow. Although, again, the remastered version of this does have a lot more cards in it. Definitely has a lot more cards in it, so it's pretty interesting. I'm gonna take this. I actually think getting cards out of a graveyard is gonna be really important. And this is 3 cards from a single graveyard. And then if this ends up not being good, we can cycle it. That's awkward. What did I even take there? Another Pitiless? That sucks. Oh, this is fantastic. Ooh, this would be really good for us, too. So would this, Splendid Agony. There's some good cards in here for us. This is really good, though. Grade 2, 1/1 white warrior creature tokens, and then we have to sacrifice a creature, but we get to destroy a creature. So that's pretty good. I'm okay with that. I think this is like an auto pick for us. Binding Mummy, another Binding Mummy would be really good. And we should look for a desert too. Get some synergy with that. I'm feeling pretty good. That's actually, that's rounding out kind of nicely here. We're doing okay. I'm feeling a little bit better with our removal. Ooh. Now, Nest of Scarabs. Okay, we're gonna try that. We're gonna try that. We can cycle this. Compulsory rest is pretty good. I'm gonna take the compulsory rest. I think this is just better. target creature you control. I'm gonna take this guy, actually. Doesn't untap. I'm gonna take another cartouche. I feel like these are gonna be really good. I'll take the Aven. I do want a couple of things on the top end here, and this is really good. 3/3 flyer. We gain 3 life for 5. It's a little rough, but we definitely want to kind of lean into the zombie theme here if we can. Watches the Dead is pretty good. I don't love that. I'm gonna take the supply. I'm actually gonna take Watchers of the Dead. That was a fast change here, but that's 2/2 for 2. Not bad. Artifact creature. We can exile it. Kind of good. That's just our finisher here. That's wild. This is actually pretty wild when you think about how good of a boost this is. For 2 mana, all zombies getting +2/+1 and everything else getting +1/+1 for 2 mana is pretty crazy. Ooh. Yeah, we definitely take the Binding Mummy. I'll take the kitty cat. Unburden comes back around. That's not terrible. That's not terrible. Yeah, we got some cyclers. Oh, Doom Dissenter. Our color is just absolutely wide open. Look at that. Supernatural stamina. Whew. That guy's pretty good. I don't know here. Bladed Bat? Bladed Bat. Some flyers. Is this a zombie bat? Nice. I like this. Start to finish is really good too. Yeah, I'm gonna take Never and Return. It sucks that it's sorcery speed. But the return piece of it, this isn't bad, you know, on a turn where we're maybe like pseudo ahead, I guess. I don't really think we need this guy. I'm not a fan of discarding my own cards. Is there anything that works off of us discarding our own cards? I'd like to find some ways to put more. That's interesting. gonna take the desert. That was interesting. Maybe I take that. Because we could just pay the 1 and then keep cycling it around. This guy seems really good. I'm gonna take the impeccable timing though. That's cool. Man, this is tough too. Doomfall would be great, but I'm gonna take the Monument. We got enough black creature spells, so that seems pretty good. Guess I'll take the Forsaken here. I really like these guys. 3/3 for 3. We should have another zombie, and it's only camp lock. That's pretty good. That's pretty good power, I feel like. How many Catcher's Name do we have? Or do we take the Doom Dissenter here? This is tough. I mean, ooh. Take the Desert. Take the Doom Dissenter. Take the Final Reward. I can't believe that made it all the way around. Holy moly. This is very interesting. This is very interesting. We are going to have a, maybe a bit of a tough time here. Yeah, a lot of playables. All right, so Watchers of the Dead probably goes. What am I going to focus on? I won't let you, I won't make you sit here while I grind out all of my decisions, but what I'm going to focus on is making sure we have some good synergies, obviously a good balance of creatures and spells, and then I'm probably going to lean really heavy into the zombie theme, like very, very heavy, because I think that's going to be pretty effective for us. So we'll make some cuts here. We'll showcase. We'll talk about the deck when we get to the end and what we kept, what we took out. So we'll see you in a second. All right, I think this is where we're going to land. It's a little interesting, but I feel like we did what we wanted to do here. We've pretty well focused on the zombie theme here. Doom Dissenter will make a 2/2 zombie when it dies. Got the Jackal, the Bat, Lord of the Accursed, 2 of the Marauders. Bantu's Monument, which is going to help us to just power out some of these creatures if we get it, and then gain us a little bit of life. Gravedigger to help us return some cards. We have Aven and Horror. Aven was one I was considering maybe not running with, but I do think the 3 life is going to be good, and that's a good top-end creature. Our Sway to Removal here, I'm actually pretty happy with. We have Grind, which I think could be pretty interesting. Never's going to be good, and does get us a creature as well. We have Start and Finish, also pretty good. Good way for us to grab a couple of creatures. And then some nice stuff here. I do like these cartouches. I think First Strike is going to be really helpful for us. We have Supernatural Stamina to bring it back. Double Compulsory Rest. Impeccable Timing. Catcher's Name. This will just push us across the finish line if we're able to go wide. And then Final Reward here to take out some threats. We have a couple of deserts, which I don't actually know if the deserts, now that I'm looking at it, I'm not sure if the deserts even help me here. I don't think they do. Yeah, I'm going to say that they don't. we'll keep them. The ability to cycle this isn't too bad, and then pinging for damage is okay. So we're looking a little interesting. 3.2, so a little bit higher on the curve. Only 11 creatures, 12 non-creatures. We really have about 15 creatures, though, considering that Cartouches makes us 1/1s, and Start to Finish makes us a couple of creatures as well. Doom Dissenter, kind of same thing. And then Gravedigger gives us some recursion to get some creatures back. So we'll see. I feel pretty good. Feel pretty good with our removal suite and being able to take care of some things. We'll just see if we can get some zombie theme up and running here. So, yeah, jump into it. Let's get some games. All right, I think, yeah, I think we keep this. This seems fine. A little bit of a slower start, but we can get some things going here. A little green-white action. A routing Bone Lasher. This green spell, I'm realizing, is very, very popular. This is going to work out pretty nicely for us here. I'm just really going to try to punch damage, I think. I'm going to go fully wide here. They play one big creature here. Exile, we punch, game over. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. Or even... yeah, I mean... yeah, we're pretty well probably in the driver's seat here. They could play a creature sack to gain, what, 2 life here from this? That was just a clean run out. Just going wide with zombies. The format's, this is interesting because it's definitely going to be more mid-rangey than I'm used to with Bloomburrow. So I have to keep kind of playing that in my mind. I am going to probably really poorly try this. But if I can find a swamp here by turn 3, I will be in fantastic shape. Just need one. All right, I need to draw a swamp, please. I'm gonna be so sad if I don't. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Because now we can go Lord of the Accursed here. This is gross right here. Absolutely. Let's go. Punch him in. Yeah, we'll let you draw a card. That's fine. All right, now we just need some mana. We can give all our zombies menace here. It's pretty crazy. We have compulsory if we want to go that route. I'd like to get an additional mana so we could go grind and compulsory. No, why would you kill that guy? That seems interesting. It's fine. Got another one. I like this aftermath synergy here. I know I'm being a little bit more quiet, but I really do. I think it's pretty fun. Let's see what do they got here for us. Sure. I guess I do this and take out fame. Right? Yeah, that seems fine. I want to get horror in here, but I want to keep up final reward. I just have the removal here. And then grind is actually going to let me get rid of 2 creatures. And we're kind of keeping them on a clock here. This is, yeah, this is, I feel like, I'm wondering if we just attack. Nah, I think I do this. And then we can exile them. They can respond, gain some life. That's fine. Still 2-turn. Oh, they didn't. Surprised they didn't do that. Oh, they got the cheetah. Nice. That's going to take out my Lord of the Accursed, unfortunately. Well, we'll see. We'll see who draws into what. I have Horror of the Broken Lands and a Mummy, so... This is the route we're going. Woo! I do feel like the kind of heavy amount of removal that we have actually is pretty good for this. Kind of how a lot of these games are playing out. We're seeing a lot of green decks with kind of like bigger creatures. They had a really nice suite of removal with red. I didn't realize Magma Spray was here, but they had some good stuff. Dean Worthy is pretty expensive. But Struggle was really nice. That was a good one. I like that. So an interesting build from them, but I think what we're seeing is just the ability to keep creatures off the battlefield, because they're so expensive, because this is, you know, older Magic and creatures were really expensive. You know, we're essentially setting that back a full turn. You know, the fact that we were able to kill both of these, we basically just blanked their turns, right? And then if we are cheaper, we're definitely on the cheaper end with zombies, and we're just able to kind of keep pushing in some damage. It's working out all right. Okay, we're on the play here, and this is pretty good. There's no reason we don't keep this. We can get Binding Mummy out. We can get Marauding Bone Lasher out. And then we have Supernatural Stamina and... Get in for some damage. Nice. No blocks. What does this do? I feel like that's probably smart. And then go here. We're just representing good damage. I feel like, you know, going cheap like this is... It's been pretty good. And we have Supernatural Stamina as a backup here. I don't know what they'll do with the Aerial Guide. Yeah, that seems fine. Binding Mummy is really good. What do we lose out on here? Compulsory Rest. It's unfortunate. Binding Mummy still drops back in, though. This is really good. This crypt is cool. So marauding ends up still being really good here because we can attack. We just can't block without another creature. Which is fine. We're going to be able to still push in some damage, and I feel like probably still get a good combat trick potentially. And we're just going to keep going wide here. I'm going to take out the Drake. I don't know. Yeah, it makes sense. See what they drew here. We're in a pretty good position. Got okay, I'm actually not scared by this. Supernatural Stamina is going to give us some good options here. Question is, do I attack with everything? Probably not, because it can't Supernatural Stamina the token. Actually, can I? I might be able to. I don't know. But I feel like just running out Disposal Mummy and Marauding Bone Lasher makes sense here. Let's just see what kind of damage we can get in. This is just punishing, though. Because we kill both of their creatures and then are able to do that. Now they can play that for the Embalm for 6, which is their whole turn. That was brutal. We gotta, if we find a removal spell here, this game's over. Makes sense why they were gonna do the double block. Makes sense. I really could have attacked for the 1 damage. I probably should have done that. That makes their blocks really awkward. And likely we were able to kind of punch in that additional damage. Let's see what they do here. Interesting. Maybe trying to find a creature. Let's cycle this. And that's literally exactly what we needed. That was perfect. Oh man, I almost didn't play the desert. I almost didn't play it. And cycling is just so good. So good. We are in a really good position there. Actually, we're kind of in an interesting spot. We attack there. That would have prolonged the game for sure. 3, 4, 5. They were at 4. They would have gained 3. Yeah, that would have been kind of interesting. Obviously, we would not, had we not drawn this, we would not have attacked with the 1/1. So there is that component. We would have probably sent both these guys because both would have been able to kill Solitary Camel. We would have been able to do 2 damage. Basically, they would have gained 1 out of that. They would have to have kept hunting for additional creatures to be able to play. So yeah, that was interesting. But that was very timely with our big pump spell. All right. I will say, and I hope not to be jinxing this, but we've had some pretty nice, very consistent opening hands here. So I'm just gonna do this now. I don't want that thing to get any bigger, and we can exile it later. We'll play this guy. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do there. That's good. Well, not much else we can do with this here, so... I think we wait as we... Let's make some 1/1s. We'll just block there. That seems fine. I really want them to play this guy. Yep. That's what I can do. You do this. And I can do that, and then I can kill that guy. That seemed like a pretty good sequence. Pretty happy with that sequence. I'm I think we're doing all right. We got final reward. We're gonna win the damage battle here. They pump this? No? All right. Okay. No, my bat. No. Just get rid of the hippo. Make a guy. We just want to get dudes on the field here. Yep. Then I think at this point, we'll pull the bat back. Now we're just representing enough creatures here. That was clean. Going wide with the zombie mob is pretty fun. This is working out pretty well, like I would have hoped it to be able to do. And we've just really kind of found the way here. I really think it's just a really solid suite of removal. And then these aftermath cards are so good for giving us the opportunity to just keep running things back, right? This is a removal spell, plus get something out of the graveyard, which hasn't been as impactful as I thought it was going to be, but then makes it 2/2, right? So it makes it really sense for us to be able to use our mana here. Here, we made two guys, we got a block, we were able to get in a point of damage, and then kill a bigger creature with finish. That was just, it was just, I don't know, these feel very efficient. And having essentially two spells on, I mean, anytime you can get two spells on one card is going to be good, but these are really solid for what we need to do and fit our theme just fantastically here. Pulling the Blighted Bat back and then being able to draw this Binding Mummy. I mean, that finishes it right there, obviously, because then we can give this haste. This gets tapped down because this is a zombie. Then we punch in for all the damage that we need. But even if had we not, we still attack with everything. They're blocking with the Vizier here. They're losing this. You know, at worst, I'm losing one of these two guys, still pumping in half their damage. And then, you know, we're just kind of rolling from there. It's been a lot of fun. All right, for the sake of this not going, this video not going too long, I'm gonna wrap it up here. We're sitting at 4 wins, 1 loss. We ran into a pretty hefty red green deck at the very beginning. Actually, it was the first match that just was able to keep up pace with us in our removal and just had some very big creatures that were difficult for us to deal with. Other than that, you've seen the other wins. They've been pretty streamlined for the most part. The deck has come together really nicely. Very mid-rangey. Amonkhet, even the remastered version, is definitely going to be probably longer than most folks are used to, at least for the current meta. And that's not a bad thing. And it's cool to see some bigger creatures, but it also just makes removal that much better. It's been really fun to go wide with the zombies here. We have some really good synergies in the deck. I've really enjoyed these games, actually. This has been a lot of fun. I'm not sure how long this is going to be sticking around, but this has been pretty cool. I likely won't do a second video of this, but I will probably pop up at some point in the editing process how we ended up finishing. But I feel like we have a pretty good synergy that we got going on, and like I said, I've actually really enjoyed this. This has been pretty dang cool. So if you got a chance to play, let me know down in the comments below. Hopefully you enjoyed these. Thank you so much for just popping back in. I'm gonna flash some socials, do the YouTube thing, help us get to 1,000 subs. That's our first big milestone. Really does help the channel out, unlocks us and our ability to do some other things here on the channel. So we really appreciate all the support. If you're interested in any MTG pack openings, we do those every Wednesday. So we have some really cool videos on their way and queued up. We're expecting our Dustmorn to get here hopefully pretty quickly as well. So but we have a lot of videos in the queue already ready and loaded up, and we got some good ones coming up. We've had some fun ones previously, a couple of playlists if you want to go check those out. Links in the description for a whole bunch of stuff. We've got a Discord if you want to jump over there. Just really do appreciate all the support, and thanks for spending a few minutes of your day with me. If you've had fun with Amonkhet, let me know. If you've drafted any cool strategies, let me know. There's a good chance we might jump back into this because it has been a pretty good time. So thanks as always for being here, and we'll be sure to catch you in the next one. Peace.